There's no road between Akure and Ondo. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Yeah, I know, but don't worry. But what we did is that, if not because of what we did, is talking about them fighting Abacha. He himself being the director of Radio Kudirat, if you all remember that. And these are the charlatans that are speaking grammar, that are saying they are going to lead Nigeria to where? To hellfire. So follow them. Oh, now your choice. Oh, me, I'm not. See, listen. I am. People have told me that Mayegun, you can call yourself a libertarian, even though I haven't taken my time to go and check the meaning of that. Libertarian, somebody who just is about live and let live. And that actually fits into my character, my personality, and my personnel. I don't know. Yeah, is it personnel? Personnel. Those who love to be grammatical and all that. Live and let live. As long as your choice is not hurting anybody, as long as your comfort is not to discomfort others, and then as long as you are responsible enough to be responsible for your own decisions. I mean, you can make a choice to be a sadist, an hateful lot, somebody who hates the world, somebody who believes that the whole world is against him or her. There are people in that capacity who have also joined the conversation around the injustice in Nigeria. Somebody like me, I'll speak out against any injustice. You know why? It is not because I love those who are suffering the injustice alone. It is because I can speak up now before I also become a victim when I won't be able to speak again. Also, if I learn to speak out, when I also become a victim of this injustice by any means, right? I also have people to say, that is unfair. And that is, that can come from that part of you that is human. Something that is not judged by whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, whether you are rich or poor, whether you are educated or illiterate, as they will say, whether you are powerful or powerless, whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba, Ego, whatever you are, but something that will hit you as human and say, that is unfair. I come from that carving as a person, a libertarian. Is that what they call it? A libertarian. Somebody who just feel like, are you a Christian? Or you are a Muslim? Or you don't have any religion? You are human. Can we just run things as humans first before anything else? And that was what got me interested in the IPOB. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not somebody who actually appreciates violence. I am also somebody who believes that nobody knows it all. Do you get that? No one knows it all, and you can only learn one or two things about everything if you pay attention to this. What did the IPOB want? I told people, I said, Nnamdi Kanu may be talking tough. We will bring fire and brimstone. We will destroy Nigeria. We will use truth to destroy Nigeria. If Nigeria come for us, we will do this and that. But he's not daft. He is not stupid. He is using the power of rhetoric to drive through his message. And as long as it could not be linked to any form of violence, he's committed no crime. But Nigeria is a place that's easily you are going to subconsciously, even without knowing, you are going to join them and blame a victim of a system, because that's how Nigeria is kind of psychic, conditioned. So it takes a lot to see through it. Because you see, that conditioning, they come from so many things. Many of them I listed earlier. Class, social class, tribe, religion, association, and things like that, the veil of conditioning Nigerians to always be willing and ready to condemn victims and defend the aggressor is always there. So it takes a lot to see through. And when you see through, it now takes so much to convince others to see. And that is why I call it a thankless job. I have been asked many times, waiting be your business with Biafra. So this Mayegun, you don't turn to Biafra now. It's no longer Yoruba. It's no longer about Nigeria. It's no longer about Buhari. I said, I talk about everything. And that's some kind of a give verdicts to the Buhari idiots, the side barbarians, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, Buhari, the Notus, Buhari, the Jatus, Buhari, Shukus, the Ungos, Yaris, the Unekaris, obedient, full, sophisticated morons, on boot slaves, and, all of them. What exactly are you talking about again today? I talk about a lot. When I see the injustice, before I become a victim, before you become a victim, I will talk about it. And when you deny it or live in denial of it, I can always use you as an example when you become a victim too. There was nobody attacked. There was no one threatened. The only time that the propaganda against IPOB always seems to be coming from outside this world. Like, what is going on? It's always when an election is happening. Some of you have never paid attention to that, have you? They were campaigning, advocating, call it making mouth, and the rest of that, but they were peaceful. They were peaceful. Nobody will say they were threatened by anything to do with IPOB or Biafra until when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. And like I said, many of you from all, especially those of us who are outside that Biafra land, who only rely on what we read, never took time as well to do our own, personal investigation. See beyond the social media noise and all of that. See beyond the media hype and then propagandas. Do your thing. There are raw information out there that gives credence to why IPOB continue to wax stronger despite the conjured lies of their violence tendencies and all of that. Then they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. When they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, the section of Nigeria expected that there will be riots. There should be something happening. I mean, these guys can't just keep quiet again. This is the second time. You should do something. That was when people with mental health issue, bunch of low lives, mentally disturbed others, and some of you who are clout chasers. That was when you took debate and you did not pay attention. Unfortunately, every Tom, Dick, and Harry is now fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and justifying every madness they display on social media. Yeah? And unfortunately, they actually have listeners too. They have people, some of you, who actually seem so responsible in your private lives and all that. Some of you who joined the advocacy for the Biafra after Bokwari APC, Egbekegbe opened the old wound. The no winner, no vanquish rhetoric of Gowon of 1970. The unhealed wound of the genocide. Boko Haram opened it too. I'm telling you, Boko Haram opened that old wound by going after IPOB as a small target for them in order to complete the murder that the whole world forced them to stop in 1970. Some of you supported IPOB because of this injustice. You are Biafrans, you are Igbos, but many of you are not members of IPOB. But do you know where things started going wrong? The moment these mad lunatics started jumping on social media here and there, making threats, unthinking idiots. Many of them have mental problems, but you'll figure out later that you have listened to mentally deranged people on discourse for so long, to the point that they have consciously, subconsciously managed to drag you into the bloody campaign that is so alien to IPOB. All they do is what? Using Nnamdi Kanu. And this is where it gets interesting. But people like us have never lost track of what is going on. We kept saying it. Don't play into their hands. There is nothing called unknown gunmen. If you see criminals who are also Igbos, and I mean, there are some of you who are living in denial. Mayegun, don't let anybody, these people are DSS. The people that are killing and shooting people and doing all of these things, they are DSS, Mayegun. They are Fulani Janja with DSS. I said, okay. You are living in denial, bro. Honestly speaking, you are living in denial. And I will continue to remind you that that is also called enablement. You are enabling these rogues. And maybe this is the time for you to begin to take a back track. Lunatics took over in the name of they will free Nnamdi Kanu. We have to free our leader. We must do everything. We must bring Nigeria down. On social media every night, every day, Abi. Politicians who have been waiting for that opportunity, who have been spending enough money to convince people that IPOB is potent to violence. With what Nigeria has done to them, with what Nigeria, how many of them they've killed or incarcerated without trial. It's enough for them to be killing people. We don't know why they have not started killing people. Many of these lunatics on social media with their cameras, they just helped pave way for that. Even when all the happenings are not logically sensible. How? We woke up one morning and they said Owerri prison was broken into. There's a jailbreak in Owerri. Unknown gunmen jailbreak. Oh boy. By 7 a.m., some of these idiots on social media, they are already celebrating. Yes, show them. You cannot try this in our land. That's why inflamed this. So we said, how come? If you say unknown gunmen, how come you are easily ascribing that to IPOB? How? And they said, who else will do it? So okay, let's put all of this into practice. In a practical way. Owerri prison is a federal prison, which means it's not even being controlled or managed by the state government. That means the federal government is in charge of it. Owerri prison is located about 5 minutes walk from the government house where the governor of the state lives with his family. Owerri prison is just about the same walk as well to the police headquarters in Imo State. And with the level of the security alert that they have put up, Boko Haram's government have put up in eastern Nigeria, Owerri prison is just about 15 minutes drive from the military post, the military barracks in Imo State. How come these unknown gunmen entered Owerri prison from 12 o'clock midnight? And they broke into the place. They did not kill any warden. They broke into the place with dynamite. They released all of the prisoners until 4 a.m. in the morning when they held a morning devotion, where they sang and praised God, did all of that, all the prisoners, and everybody departed like it's a normal day in the place. There is no police response. There's no military response. There's no response. How is that even possible? Before evening, the truth came out. But guess what? When all of you are reading all of that, you see those who are bold enough, the Biafrans, the Igbos, who are bold enough to come on social media and say, IPOB is not responsible for this, so this is the handiwork of politicians. So guess those who were attacking them? Many of these faceless rogues, these faceless idiots on social media. Shut up your mouth. Your mama na Fulani. They are killing our people. You are talking about Owerri prison. That's not the only thing. We will destroy Nigeria. This lunatic with phones on social media, they didn't stop there. They started attacking their fellow Biafrans on social media. And listen to this. This is where you will know that it is not DSS. It is not a Fulani Janjaweed. It is not this. It is not that. All those nonsense that some of you are using to deviate, while you are also setting up the innocent people that the Nigeria wanted to burn, that Bokwari already wanted to kill, with your inflammable statements and inflammable comment on social media. I know some of you don't care, but you have no idea what damages you are doing. But again, maybe my comment tonight will help you to understand the consequences that if you say you are free to do what you like, you must also be ready to take responsibilities for the consequences of your own your choice. It goes both ways. Okay, it's not going one. It's not a one-way traffic. Are you with me? These guys started threatening their fellow Biafrans. They will go into their private inbox. They will download their photos on social media, and they will put up stories, lies, simply because this person said or disagrees with the violence tendencies of these faceless idiots on social media, these nameless criminals on social media, who have now used this trap of Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS detention, right? We must bring out our leader. If you disagree with them, they will call you a sabo. If you tell them that this is not good, don't let us do this, don't let us do that, they will say you are enemy. You are the ones who sold their leader. Now, they didn't stop there. They were threatening people and their families. They will go to people's, and many of the people who actually support IPOB, these are responsible people. These are not thugs. I'm talking about people, professionals from over 147 countries all over the world. They couldn't all be thugs. These are people who felt like the Biafrans have the right to have that conversation of if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. These are people who put up and put out their faces, their everything. But you see all this sudden day lover of Nnamdi Kanu, this sudden day lover of our leader. Our leader is in detention. All of you are enjoying. Why should anybody be enjoying? Our leader is in all these rogues on social media who actually contribute to nothing that will get Nnamdi Kanu out of that place. They have made enemies of everyone. They have called people names. And they didn't stop there. That's the point. They didn't stop there. They will go into people's social media profiles because they disagree with them, yeah? They will now print their pictures. They will now write stories. Now, it has now gotten to a stage whereby shebi na una get life. This jobless criminals on social media who glorifies unknown gunmen. I mean, they have pages. Look at the contrast, though. From the IPOB that is so strategic enough that is now that was sitting with different world reps from different countries who are listening to your delegates, your representatives about what is going on in Nigeria, what they are doing to you, taking record and all of that. The same from that same IPOB to these rogues you see on social media today. They will now write stories about your family. They have the capacity to even track down your family as a Biafran. You are abroad, Abi. They will track down your village because you disagree with them, or you condemn unknown gunmen, or you tell them to slow it down. They make enemy of everyone. Now, they are also helping you to ignore the obvious. Remember, I told you, everybody want to get Nnamdi Kanu out. One of them is even asking me now. Like I told you, they are a bunch of faceless lunatics. Some of them have convinced some of you because of the emotional attachment you have to this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many of us are like that. But many of us did not let these lunatics to manipulate us, to use our emotion, to subconsciously drag us into a narrative that is completely alien to the same IPOB that you probably supported and funded for years until now. They all want to get Nnamdi Kanu out. That's easier for you to follow them and listen to them, is that not? You can sit down there and listen to them for hours, even though you can listen to them for weeks. And they will continue to give you excuses why our leader is not out. And they will come back again to deny and tell you that, oh, no, we are not the violent this and that. Oh, of course, they are not IPOB. But one way or the other, these rogues have managed to drag IPOB name into this mud. And it is your job to separate them. I got one just a while ago, before these killings in eastern Nigeria now escalated to this point. A group came out and they had a leader. They were everywhere. Among those being celebrated on social media by these lunatics, I call them. I'll continue to use that lunatic for this faceless social media, terrorists who have raised enough money on social media as well to fund these little criminals back there. But the real backers who give them the guns are the politicians that are telling you to focus on IPOB. But what happened to this guy who came out and threatened, because this is the first time somebody in my lifetime is going to make a public threat, but he didn't make the threat in the name of IPOB. How come the media in Nigeria continue to ignore this guy and his group and the calamities happening in Igbo land today, to the point that their propaganda machine quickly jumped at it and said the UK has now designated IPOB as a terrorist organization, which is not true. But what UK government did is this: we have characters who are either encouraging this violence, funding this violence, or in fact carrying out this violence. They have their names, they have their faces, and they said, no near us for visa or this and that. The same asylum that Nnamdi Kanu told the UK, we don't need asylum, we need Biafra. Remember that. But where is this guy? Orji or something. And why are you not talking about him? Why are you not talking about this group, this deadly group?
All Biafrans stay serving in the occupying Nigerian armed forces to the camp with immediate effect. And if interested, join us in the noble cause of defending the people and territories of Biafra. I am stating clearly that the proposed governorship election in the 4th Anambra State, listen very well. People of Anambra, listen very well. I am stating clearly that the proposed governorship election in the 4th Anambra State shall never hold. As I and my men, as the Biafran Armed Forces, as the Biafran Army, Biafran Navy, Biafran Air Force, including the Biafran detectives, as we are prepared to stop it, I am stating clearly that the proposed governorship election in the 4th Anambra State shall never hold, as we are prepared to stop it. as we are prepared to stop it, as we, the BNG, has prepared to stop it. In case if you come outside to vote, consider yourself. That's all. That is the standard. I am specifically demanding for the shutdown of every mosque. I am specifically demanding for the shutdown of every mosque and eviction of every Hausa Fulani indigenes till further notice. I am specifically demanding for the shutdown of every mosque and eviction of every Hausa Fulani indigenes till further notice. The anti-police force, the anti-court police force detention facility located at Eluguku must release every detained persons and shut down immediately, or else I will visit them with a wrath that the world can never stop imagining. It's a promise. I promise. These innocent men and women unjustly imprisoned for exercising the right to self-determination includes Mrs. Onyekachi Orji, Miss Okwudiri Basi, Uche Idikigbo, Michael Okezie, Uchenna Nicholas, Peter Igbokwe, Ikechukwu Agara, Chima Aso, and Chinwike Ironde. Others are Sebastian Amade, Kashmir Odakara, Ojemba Anyanwu, Eni Kalu, Ndubisi Okam, Ikechukwu Chikwem, Emmanuel Oji, Chukwuma Kalu, Chidebere Chikwem, and Madabuchi Aseka, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Benjamin Onwuka, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Benjamin Onwuka. All these people mentioned must be released with immediate effect. With immediate effect, or else Anambra will be a no-go area tomorrow. Whosoever dares to come out, do that at his or her own risk. Be warned. Therefore, every occupying Nigerian police station, army barracks, Air Force base, and Navy ports are hereby ordered to be shut down with immediate effect, as failure to adhere shall be met stiffly. Also, I am calling for the release of all Biafrans in all prisons, police stations, and other detention facilities controlled by the occupying Nigerian government. I repeat, I am calling for the release of every Biafrans in all prisons, in all police stations, and other detention facilities controlled by the occupying Nigerian government. I shall no longer keep silent, whereas injustice and atrocities are unabatedly committed against indigenous Biafran, while the so-called political elites look on unconcerned. The First Union by the British colonizers has gained. The First Union by the British colonizers has gained indigenous Biafran nothing but acts of discrimination and injustice. And this must come to an ultimate end.
Do you get what I mean earlier? She normally, you as a Biafran, would you follow somebody like that as your leader? Would you? Now, let me make something clear to some of those who probably are going to be watching me for the first time, right? And the reason why they call me Mayegun. Mayegun is somebody you can describe as he will come to make the world peaceful or settled. And injustice will never make the world peaceful or settled. Therefore, to me, an injustice to one is an injustice to all. Injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. I have managed, right, to educate myself so well enough that I don't usually see everyone as Christians, this, Muslims, this or that. I don't treat one as that. And what I figured out is this as well. In what is called today's Nigeria, now one thing drag all of us together, don't forget, okay, that we are forced together as a country. That is why you found the Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Fulanis, Ijos, Ishek, and everybody in there. So whether you have an issue with Yoruba or you have issue with Igbo, on this platform, I managed to make people understand one thing. That we may have our differences, of course we do. But don't ever forget that with what Nigeria has become, it has become a turn-by-turn Nigeria Limited. And if they finish with some and you keep quiet, when it gets to your turn, they will keep quiet as well. So it is not about whether you want to trust Yoruba or you don't want to trust Yoruba. Whether you trust the Igbos or you don't trust the Igbos. But do you respect something that we have in common? And that is a forceful union that they said we will never discuss. So let me tell you something now. When the time comes for the indigenous people of Nigeria to discuss if they want to leave Nigeria or they don't want to leave Nigeria, Igbos will decide Igbo's fate. Yorubas will decide Yoruba's fate. Every ethnic nationality in that place, what? They will decide their fate. So it doesn't matter whether you like a Yoruba man or you don't like an Igbo man. I know some of you are still very much ingrained with this mentality. But some of us have already passed that. But some of you will never pass that stage. Okay? I was reading a comment where one of them said, we can't trust the Yorubas. Look at the roles they play in the Civil War, 19 this and that. Now, it is the poor education that will possibly make the likes of people like that, especially if you are an Igbo, who kind of feel like we need your trust, or you need our trust. Well, let me put it this way, that we need your trust to get a Yoruba nation. We don't. Or you need our trust to get a Biafra. No, you don't. What you need is called mutual cooperation, which simply means we respect everyone's boundary. We respect everyone's differences, but we can still work together to achieve a common goal for the benefit of our people. That is something that takes somebody who is educated to reason. A bigot, a bigot will always come back with the rhetoric. We can't trust the Yorubas. Be careful of the Yorubas. You are just as daft as those who are like you. Nobody needs your trust. Yorubas don't need Igbo's trust. Igbos don't need Yoruba's trust. Hausa don't need Yoruba trust. Yoruba don't need any Fulani's trust. But what you need is called a mutual cooperation, a mutual understanding. Why are we here? Because we are forced together as a country, against our wish, against our will. So don't see yourself as anything so special because you are Igbo. You are not special. Don't see yourself as so special because you are Yoruba. You are not special. Especially when it comes to this now. You know what I mean? Yorubas will decide Yoruba's future. Are you with me? The Igbiras will decide the Igbiras' future. The conversation around referendum cut across all ethnic nationalities. And the effort to make them understand why it is so important that we all come together, reason them, or else we perish. So don't come here and start talking about Yorubas, Igbos can't trust you. Who cares? Do you really think we actually that care? That you trust Yoruba or you don't? But do you respect Yoruba? If you don't trust us and you don't respect us, fine. Don't do anything with people you don't like. Or you will respect us. Oh man, you will respect Yorubas. Just same way, Yorubas, they will respect the Igbos. Everyone will respect one another. When we get to that stage, that means we are getting to that part where we say, yes, so go our way or no go our way, but now so we go do our more. So don't brag about this nonsense about this or that. I'm trying to address some of you faceless idiots who have played into the hands of the rogues. Who will fight them? They are say that one, that weary that I just shown you now. Is that weary somebody you are proud to call your leader as a Biafran? Now, when they say somebody who said they should shut prison, they should shut market, they should shut this, they should shut that, Nigerian government this and that, and they put his laptop in the front with one fake bazooka, be waiting with that one, and you feel offended. Are you offended? Are you? Are you offended? Because the guy is doing your job, Abi. Now, if you agree with that, then why are you denying that these criminals are burning police stations? They are killing policemen, and you turn around and say, "No, it's not the Fulani Janjaweed." Are you that daft? Do you really think everybody is that daft? Or do you really think everybody is following these lunatics, these mad people who have cameras, who have this all over the social media, who are telling you that spirit tell them this, spirit tell them that, tomorrow spirit tell them this? Is there one spirit who is? Are you that daft? So we present facts, something that can help you to probably come out of that conundrum. It is to help you. I don't care if you like me or not. Who cares if you like me or not? Who really actually cares? Every effort of some of you who have now brought it to the point that you are now connecting the crimes of the criminals that we know. I just showed you one of them's face now. You have seen them. Are you still denying? That those who are there, who are going to people, people are drinking in a drinking joint. These criminals went there and they opened fire on them. Is that not terrorism? Then you have pages on social media posting these stories, glamorizing them. Unknown gunmen send 13 people to Baba God today. There's a particular page on Facebook. When you go under there, you will see all of these faceless lunatics. Go and read my comment now. They are there probably commenting. They will soon tell you that Fulani Janjaweed don't pay Mayegun. The people, Mayegun is one of those who sold our leader. Bunch of lunatics. And some of you are listening to them. Unfortunately, you are listening to them. And then the news came and they said, everybody identified with the crime or escalating or encouraging crimes in Igbo land, they will be tried for their crimes. Why should you be offended? Because they are killing your enemies, Abi. Oh, they are killing them. Kill them. But what you are not telling yourself is that when you tell them, kill them, kill them. When the Nigerian soldiers who always wanted to kill the innocent people anyway, when they see that, they've just killed the INEC official. They killed INEC official. Oh, they just killed the two soldiers. They beheaded 2 soldiers. It must be IPOB. You idiot on social media, glamorizing them. Then calling everybody who tried to caution you. You are calling them Sabo. You are calling them this. You are calling them that. You are calling them enemies because you are so daft that you have allowed lunatics to manipulate your subconscious mind. And some of you are completely lost today. You don't even know what is going on anymore. You don't. Yes, that's what happens when you allow lunatics to brainwash you to accept what was never part of you. And then you turn you around and start abusing people, attacking people. Oh yeah, all of you. One way they even came and he said, Mayegun, you need to watch your mouth about Biafra or else we will stop people following you. That is the problem. Education. It may be so uncomfortable for you. But do you really think if all these lunatics who are now arrogating violence, threats, intimidation, online, offline, on just anybody who says, but you can't do it this way. It's not all right this way. Why don't you guys, you know what I mean? Shut up your mouth. You are not talking about how people are being killed. So I say, but look at these ones too. This is not done by soldiers. This is not done by police. This is done by these ragtag criminals. Let's talk about them too. Because what they are doing is exactly what Nigeria wanted, so that they can tell the rest of the world and say, stop pitying Biafrans. We told you. They are just pretending that they are not violent. They are just waiting. Look at them now. Look at what they are doing. Are you not thinking at all? Eh? And that is why it's so important we do this. Are you with me? So the rogues, the terrorists who are there being funded by some of you are abroad, and some of you are, mostly the politicians in Nigeria. Are you with me? You must be bold enough to call them out. Okay? Don't be everybody where they tell you the truth. Be sabo. Some of your actions are further frustrating the release of Nnamdi Kanu. None of you can break Nnamdi Kanu out of prison. Do you understand that? You can't. Unfortunately, you can't. So what then is that thing you say you are doing to bring your leader out? And so one idiot asked me, Mayegun, what are you doing to help they have